Good morning, and welcome to the Church of the Immaculate Conception here in Glenville, New York. Today is November the 6th, Wednesday in the 31st week in Ordinary Time. Our celebrant today is Father Thomas Filati, and we welcome him with great joy. Let us now remember by name and in prayer the souls of our fellow parishioners who have died on this date. Robert W. Wanchovich, 1978. Joseph Albert Shabbat, 1978. Marianne Pramerlani, 2001. Elise Caroline Kruckeberg, 2011. Eternal rest grant it to us, O Lord, and let perpetual life shine upon them. May their souls and the souls of all the faithfully parted, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Philippians. My beloved, obedient as you have always been, not always when I am present, but all the more now when I am absent, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. For God is the one who, for his good purpose, works in you both to desire and to work. Do everything without grumbling or questioning, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom you shine like lights in the world, as you hold on to the word of life, so that my boast for the day of Christ may be that I did not run in vain or labor in vain. But even as I am poured out as a libation upon the sacrificial service of your faith, I rejoice and share my joy with all of you. In the same way, you also should rejoice and share your joy with me. The word of the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom should I fear? The Lord is my life's refuge. Of whom should I be afraid? One thing I ask of the Lord, this I seek, to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, that I may gaze on the loveliness of the Lord and contemplate his temple. I believe that I shall see the bounty of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord with courage. Be stout-hearted and wait for the Lord.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlooker should laugh at him and say, "This one began to build, but did not have the resources to finish." Or that king marching into battle, would he not first sit down and decide whether, with 10,000 troops, he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. The Gospel of the Lord. Well, we have a pretty stark line from Jesus. The translation that we have is, we cannot come to him without hating father and mother, and then hating one's own life. Well, the scholars tell us that doesn't literally mean to be at enmity with. This is an expression. It means to place above all other things, to place God above every other thing in our world, every other thing in our lives. We cannot have anyone other than God as first in our lives. That's why Jesus continues, "Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple." Now, I was reflecting on this. It's very easy for me to get up every day and say, God is the center of my life. I prefer God above every other thing that could possibly contend in my life. But as I go through the day, and perhaps we can reflect on it in this day, we find our hearts moved in other ways. Maybe someone makes a comment to us or confronts us in some way, and our hearts can be turned to anger. Well, maybe we're valuing our own pride, our own position first. Sometimes we can get distraught over financial matters or money issues that trouble us. Well, maybe I'm putting financial gain ahead of other things. Before entering the priesthood, I worked for 2.5 decades as a lawyer out in the professional world, and it was very easy for me to be worried about where I was professionally in relation to other people and was I advancing in my career. Truth be told, at those times, I was putting my career or success or some idea of what I should be doing first. So Jesus really uses this term to make a point. How hard it is to, on a day-by-day basis, keep God at the absolute center of our lives. It's the highest value in our life beyond any other thing. But he's inviting us to do it as disciples. In the measure that we don't let our hearts be troubled about those other things, we draw closer to him. That's why he talks about it being disciples. When we put God at the center, we draw closer to him, and we can journey with him, bearing the crosses that are in our lives, bearing the difficulties, because he is above all else in our lives.